What's up, everybody? All right, you guys, so before we get started, I need y'all to blow this one up because we need your help in finding 19-year-old Dylan Rounds. Dylan's mother says from a very young age, Dylan always wanted to be a farmer. She's saying that in high school, Dylan didn't really date. He never really focused on those type of things. All he wanted to do was farm. So after graduating high school, Dylan set out to make this plan come true. Dylan moved to this remote area inside an RV alongside the Utah-Nevada border. Dylan started to get the ground torn out and he was preparing this property to start his farm. But on Memorial Weekend, something went tragically wrong. So we're going to start with May 25th. On May 25th, Dylan told his family that he had a very strange encounter with this man.
What happened to me, this guy jumped out of the desert. He was bloody. He didn't have shoes on. He wanted a ride.
So Dylan came upon this man who literally just jumped out and was like, "Can I get a ride?" He said the man was bloody, the man was acting crazy, and Dylan basically turned down this ride and was like, "No, I cannot help you." Now remember, Dylan is 19 years old. He's out here by himself. He's doing the right thing by not giving this man a ride. And just the fact that Dylan called his family to tell them that this happened is really, really good because it just shows little pieces of what could have happened to Dylan. The next day, which is May 26th, Dylan is last seen at this bar. This bar is called Saddle Sore Bar, and it's about 30 miles away from where Dylan was actually staying. Now, the crazy part is, it's being said that this man who was trying to wave Dylan down and get him to give him a ride, a few days after that, he was at this area asking about Dylan. Now, the morning of May 28th, Dylan's grandmother is saying that she talked to Dylan, but Dylan was saying that he had some work to do with his truck, so he would talk to them later. But after hearing from Dylan on May 28th, nobody has seen or heard from him since.
Monday is when we all went down and called search and rescue and the police out.
What did you find at the farm?
So when search and rescue arrived, it was approximately between 4 and 5, and within the first hour and a half, and we didn't initially release this, they found his boots. And so from where his grain truck was parked, his boots were about 100 yards south behind a pile of dirt.
Dylan's mother and his father, they jumped on this as soon as possible because one thing about Dylan, he's going to keep in touch with his family. So on May 30th, when his mother and his father had police and search and rescue come down there to try to search for him, they made the most shocking discovery. This might not seem like it's really big, but they found his boots. And this is crazy because Dylan only owned one pair of boots.
His boots were about 100 yards south behind a pile of dirt, just casually tossed out. And that's our frustration. Right there, it should have been foul play.
Did he have another pair of boots he could have?
No, and that is the thing with Dylan. He is very particular about his boots. He wears a pair, and it's...
So as a mother, Candace is saying as soon as she saw those boots, she knew it was foul play. But police was saying that this was just a case of somebody who's missing. They didn't want to say foul play in the beginning. Now, I have to give my props off to Candace and Justin because his parents really, really came through. They knew every little inch and bit of things that was out of place. Candace noticed that the truck was in four-wheel drive, but the four-wheel drive did not work on his truck. So why would Dylan have his truck in four-wheel drive? Not only that, Candace said that it looked like the truck had not been moved.
Pickup truck was found on the property and believed he was on foot. His mother said despite recent rains before his disappearance, it appeared not to have been moved, raising more suspicions.
It's like it never moved in the rain, like he never took it anywhere on Saturday.
Now, investigators are saying that they also found a drop of blood on Dylan's boots. Dylan's wallet and phone have not been located, and there has not been no cell phone activity or credit card activity since Dylan went missing. Now, let's talk about this barefoot, erratic man that tried to get a ride and this man that basically went searching for him a few days later. Now, I'm just going to say his name is Chase. I'm not going to say his full name because police have ruled him out as a suspect. But this man by the name of Chase, he literally called police trying to talk to police about the case. Dylan's mother is saying that after people were saying Chase was a suspect, Chase started to call police. But they're saying that police was ignoring his calls. Police was not taking this serious. After Googling this man Chase, I saw that he is a very sketchy person. He had a standoff with police a few years back, and he has a lengthy criminal history. So why wouldn't police name this person a person of interest?
And Chase had finally reached out to me personally. He called me and he said, it wasn't me, Candace, so he's giving me his story, and, I'm taking it with a grain of salt just listening, because I don't know, I don't know this guy. I don't know what he's capable of. I just know he's reached out to me. So when the detectives got to the camp that night, they sat with Justin and I in my parents' camp trailer, and we were talking, and I said, Chase is on standby. He wants to talk to you guys. They said, we know he's been calling in all day. We just haven't talked to him. So here we have this person of interest that is trying to get a hold of the sheriff's office saying, hey, I want to talk to you guys. And
It has now been 2 weeks since Dylan Rounds was last seen or heard from. His family strongly believes that Dylan was taken against his will. Because of his passion and love for farming, they knew that Dylan would have never just up and left. Not only that, you guys, the strange suspicion of his phone still being missing, his credit cards not being used. Where could this 19-year-old have went?
we were allowed to take the pickup home. We have the pickup. So anything that could have been pulled off the pickup, as far as the way the pickup records stuff, it may be gone because it hasn't been treated. We feel, and well, we know, Utah's still treating it as a simple missing persons case.
The family of Dylan Rounds, they're offering a $20,000 reward if you have any information on the whereabouts of Dylan. He was last seen in Lucin, Utah on May 25th. He's 5'10", 160 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. If you have any information, please contact police.